मोनोलिथ वर्सेस माइक्रोसर्विसेज, इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आपको सिस्टम डिजाइन इंटरव्यूज में देखने को जरूर मिलेंगे. So let's try to understand the difference between monolith and microservices with the help of real world examples. Consider there is a restaurant where multiple cuisines are being served, okay, but all the dishes are cooked by a single chef and there is a single gas stove on which all dishes are cooked, okay. Let's say one day if the chef goes on leave or the gas stove stops working, then the entire restaurant will be impacted. Or let's if restaurant wants to introduce a new dish in the menu, then for some time restaurant needs to go into the maintenance mode, right? Below we have a technical diagram which represents an application based on monolith architecture. So an application based on monolith architecture also works in the same way, right? Monolith applications are the single unified code base, okay, where all the modules are tightly coupled and they are deployed as a single entity like a jar or war file, right? Now when it comes to microservices, so consider when you go to food court, there are different stalls serving different cuisines. Let's say there is a pizza stall who is serving pizza, there is a different stall for Chinese dishes, and there is a different stall for main course who is offering main course food, right? So microservices like that, you can also see the same in the below diagram where application is divided into multiple modules and services, okay, and each service is deployed individually, okay. Let's see a high level comparison between the monolith and the microservices application. Already understood that in monolith applications all the modules are tightly coupled and deployed as a single entity, whereas in microservices an application is break down into multiple services and modules and then deployed individually. Scalability is a bit difficult in the monolith applications because you cannot scale an individual feature, you need to scale down the entire app, right? But in case of microservices architectures or the application based on microservices architecture, you can scale the individual services based on your need, right? Now when it comes to tech stack, application based on monolith architecture can have only one tech stack, right? But when you break the application into multiple services and modules, each modules can be developed on a different tech stack, right? So that's the flexibility comes with the microservices applications. When it comes to communication, the monolith applications, we have internal functions or method calls, where for microservices the communication happens over APIs where REST, gRPC and where messaging are used for the communications. Failure impact. So a bug or a crash in a single module can bring the entire application down, but that's not the case with the microservices applications because application is divided into multiple modules and all modules are deployed separately. So even one of your modules or services is not working or it's failing, it won't impact the entire application, okay.